How's it going, guys? Objector here, and today we're going to be going over the things I think you need to do to get ready for Rise of Iron and how to be prepared the second the new expansion launches so you can make the most of it. I'm going to try and make this video short and to the point, and if you've been playing Destiny since launch, you probably know most of these already. But if you joined in the Taken King and this is your first expansion changeover, this is what you're going to want to do to transition as smoothly and quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and get started. First up, the most important thing I think you can do is to save up on your resources. This includes strange coin, legendary marks, exotic shards, motes of light, and yes, even glimmer. Basically, everything you can spend in one way or another to get new gear, level up gear, or infuse it, you're going to want to save up on. Doing this will put you leaps and bounds ahead of the people who don't. It's going to allow you to buy the new Year 3 gear as soon as possible. If you have legendary marks saved up, you'll be able to buy some great vendor gear on day 1, and if you save up strange coins, you'll be able to buy new Year 3 exotics as soon as Xur visits the tower. We don't know what we'll be able to buy with Glimmer in Rise of Iron, but there's a good chance you're going to want to save up on it just in case. If you don't have room for any more Glimmer and you've reached your max, don't forget you can hang on to those exchangeables, and doing so basically increases your maximum Glimmer threshold. And the Motes of Light can be used either to rank up faction levels or new Year 3 gear, so save up as much as you can. The next thing I would recommend doing is to save up on legendary and exotic engrams. We don't know if these will roll into Year 3 legendaries after the Rise of Iron launch, and I'm guessing they probably won't, but even if they don't, they can be dismantled for legendary marks and exotic shards. And much like I talked about with saving the exchangeables to increase your maximum Glimmer, this will allow you to have over the 200 maximum marks saved up when Rise of Iron launches. And in addition to the marks and shards gained, you'll also get a good chunk of Cryptarch rep when you do turn these in. And the last thing I want to recommend saving up on is 3 of coins. We know this is coming back, and if you save some up, you will be able to get some Year 3 exotics before Xur even arrives at the tower. The next bit of advice I have for you is to get your hands on any Year 2 weapons and armor sets you want, especially ones like Trials of Osiris. This is the last weekend for Trials of Osiris in Year 2, so be sure to head over and get all the gear you can. Of course, some of these won't be upgradable to Year 3, but they'll also unlikely be attainable, and we know that Year 2 Trials armor sets are going to change, so be sure to grab those while you still can if you want them. I would also recommend picking up the PvP or PvE staples from the vendors such as Hawksaw and the Hung Jury if you haven't already. I would pick those up as soon as you can so you can save up those 200 marks before September 20th. The next thing you're going to want to do is to stack up on your bounty rewards. Ideally, you're going to want to have a full set of bounties completed sitting in your characters so that when Rise of Iron drops, you can turn them in and gain that experience before you even visit the tower. And going along with that, I would recommend edging your Vanguard, Crucible, Cryptarch, and faction experience as best you can. Now what this means is getting your faction levels as close to the next level as possible without going over. If you do this along with saving the bounties as I previously recommended, you can potentially have 3 rewards waiting for you when you visit the tower for the first time in Year 3. One from the Vanguard, Crucible, and factions, and now that you can choose armor or weapons from these rewards, I would recommend starting with a weapon reward, and if you don't like it, you can hit it up again from the next reward, but if you do like the roll you get, you can get 2 armor pieces from the other rewards. So what I'm going to be doing is using just enough bounties to get the rewards and then saving the rest of my bounties to help level up the new gear as quickly as I can without using up my Motes of Light. And the last thing I would recommend if you haven't already is try to get 3 characters to at least light level 330 if you can. This is going to allow you to run Nightfalls and other high level weeklies multiple times to get those high tier rewards. One last thing I would recommend once you've gotten your characters where you want them in terms of the tips I've covered in this video is to take a break from Destiny. Yes, I know this sounds counterproductive to everything in this video, but personally I've started to get burned out on Destiny again. It's a game that kind of gets my attention in cycles when new stuff comes out, and once I get the bounties and reps saved up to where I'm happy, I'm going to take a couple days off of Destiny before the expansion drops. That way I'm fresh and ready to play a couple days straight when Rise of Iron drops without being tired of the Destiny gameplay. And along with this, if you are planning on playing a lot of hours when Rise of Iron drops or jumping into the raid as soon as it opens, be sure to take care of yourself. Eat healthy and drink your water instead of living off of pizza and energy drinks. I remember having huge Halo parties with my friends and getting a headache from the junk I was putting into my body, and overall not feeling good a couple days after, so make sure you're taking care of yourself, Guardians. Anyway guys, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something new. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Destiny news and tips and tricks. Until next time, this is Objector, signing off.